live from Rustburg High School. It's time for Colonels football. The Altavista Colonels on the airwaves once again on 105.5 KD Country or at kdcountry.com. Glad you decided to join us on this warm Friday evening in September. I'm Kyle Haney. With me, as always, my tag team partner, Mr. Oscar Briggs and Agent Zero. This is one we've waited for a little while now. This is a doozy here. The Red Devils and the Colonels in Rustburg.
Yeah, after a hiatus of several years, these two renewed the rivalry a couple of years ago, actually on this field here, and it was an absolute barn burner, Kyle. Essentially a walk-off field goal from Walker Allen with about 20-some seconds left to seal the victory for the Colonels, and really started that run to the first back-to-back state championships.
Good point. Really did use that as a springboard to their first of the two state championships. 2 of 3 total. We can't forget about the 09 state championship team. But, yeah, it was a 24-21 game up here 2 years ago. It was 35-0 Altavista last year. Obviously, if you're a Colonels fan, you know how good Altavista was last year. Don't think we can read too much into those two previous scores as far as what's going to happen tonight. Although, I'm sure the Red Devils would like to exact a bit of revenge on Altavista.
I'm sure they would. And both these teams coming to tonight's game 2-1. Altavista scored 45 and 41 points in the last 2 games. Rustburg's only given up 14. They've had 2 shutouts. So, the high-flying offense of the Colonels beats the tough defense of the Rustburg Red Devils. And, hey, the Rustburg Red Devils can move the ball as well.
Rustburg's got a good offense, too. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Subway pregame show is always a lot of fun. We're glad you joined us for it. Let's hear from the head coach, Mike Sharnes. We got a chance to sit down and talk with him right before the game started. He had some interesting things to say about last week, some interesting things to say about this week. And, of course, you can't forget Coach Sharnes was the head coach here at Rustburg for 10 years, so he touched on that as well. All that and more on the Subway pregame show right after this quick timeout. It's the Red Devils. It's the Colonels. Kick off about 25 minutes away on 105.5 KD Country.
The Village Barbershop, an old-school 1960s-style barbershop, offering classic and current cutting techniques for gentlemen and boys. No appointment necessary. Responsible pricing in a clean family environment. Village Barbershop, open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays till noon. Stop by and see Danny Barber at Village Barbershop, serving Altavista and surrounding areas from 619 Broad Street. Give them a try.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialist, providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region from offices in Altavista. PCM Industrial Services wishes Coach Sharnes and the Altavista football team a safe and successful season. Go Colonels!
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Feller's Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Feller's Chevrolet in Altavista.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns from Rustburg High School as the Colonels are in town to visit the Red Devils. The county rivalry renewed. Talking again with head coach of the Altavista Colonels, Mr. Mike Sharnes. And Coach Sharnes, before we get to tonight, let's rewind and talk about last week a little bit. You got a 41-12 victory over Greensville County. You fell behind 12-0 early, and then your team seemed to respond pretty well. Did you like how you handled the early deficit and then came back and got better at some things and put some points on them?
Yeah, no doubt we were happy with how we came back. We just fell into a quick hole with a turnover, with 2 turnovers. So, you know, we got to get back to our game. 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 We got to yeah, the kids responded real well, and that's always encouraging because you're not sure how any kind of team, a team that's got seniors on or a young team, will respond when you get in the hole. And we were able to, create some points and play better defense and win by that margin, like you said.
Yeah, one of those guys that really helped you on defense was your new guy, your exchange student, Andres Diaz-Escura. Tell us about the new guy. He's in from Mexico, and he seems to have a knack for getting in on some football plays on the defensive side of things there.
Yes, he has played football in Mexico in a organizational league that they have, and he's played contact football, and he came to our school, to attend school in America, and he wanted to play football. So he came out a little bit late from practice. But one thing that Andres has done is he's really a quick learner. He sees things and listens to things, and that's probably his best attribute. Is that he's able, for him to be starting for us and getting on the field and playing for us is a tribute to him because of those qualities that he has as far as listening and being a quick learner, because he's aggressive. He's a football player from Mexico, so he's done a great job for us.
Let's switch things to the other side of the football for you guys. You score over 40 points again, 45 the week before. Your offense seems to be settling in. You like how things are going on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, what we're looking at offense is just not to turn the ball over. We have to do that. We have to prevent turnovers and move the chains, get first downs, and how we score, when we score, will take care of itself. But we really have to work hard at not turning the ball over is the key thing for us.
Well, let's move on to tonight against the Rustburg Red Devils. Turnovers could be an important factor. This is a really good Red Devil ball club that is going to bring you a lot of problems and make it hard on you guys tonight, correct?
Yes, they're well coached. They're disciplined, very fundamental. Defensively, there's no tricks to what they do. They just kind of line up, and you have to adjust to what they do, and they'll take some things away that you like to do, and you have to find some holes and seams there. They've allowed 14 points in 3 games. They have 2 shutouts. Offensively, they run a spread, but they run a little different than us. They're a little more. Their passing game has improved a lot, but they like to run the ball. They like to run the zone plays where they're not pulling as guards as much as what we might pull. But yeah, we're going to have to be fundamentally sound offensively, not turning the ball over, because they don't, on our film, they don't turn the ball over. They're very, very, very sound in what they do, and it's going to be a great test for us tonight.
Let me ask you about that defense again, because as you mentioned, 2 shutouts they have on the year. What makes them so good? Is it the personnel they have out there, the schemes, a combination of both?
Yeah, I think it's a combination. I think it's the coaching part of how they have them, their technique at what they're doing. They've got good size, good speed. They're aggressive. They're strong kids. They're weight room kids. But they do present a lot of problems, and we've got to be able to throw the ball tonight. We got to mix up the run in there and mix the pass in and just create first downs and go from there.
Well, final question for Mike Sharnes here on the Subway pregame show. You've mentioned before about how this game brings out some emotions for you, and kind of refreshing actually, because I think most football coaches would do the old, it's just another game, just another opponent. But you've mentioned that going back to Rustburg and playing the Red Devils does seem to get you keyed up a little bit more. Same kind of feelings going on tonight, or since this is the 3rd time, maybe it is just another game?
No, it's the same. It's the same fun emotions, nerves, just going back to a place that I worked for 10 years, know a whole lot of people, have a lot of friends. Against a 3A school. We're excited to see what happens.
Well, we're excited too. Fireworks get ready to start. Kick off in about 20 minutes on 105.5 KD Country.
Some people have never tried food at a Mexican restaurant. So we asked Chad Shelton from Shelton's Plumbing and Heating about his experience.
I wasn't so sure what the green stuff was, but they slipped some on my plate one day, and now I won't have a meal without guacamole. Still can't spell it.
At El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, if you have questions, they give you the answers in English. Mexican and American foods, affordable prices, and fast service. Try it today. El Cazador, Main Street, Altavista.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family. See your friends at Highview Motors. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
Stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, on the ready to keep you comfortable year-round. Locally owned and operated, just a call away, with over 20 years experience. Licensed and bonded. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, specializing in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical, any season, anytime. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Give them a call today. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, Gretna.
Prompt, confidential, professional. A-Town Bail Bonds, 434-401-0253. Local, reliable, available 24/7. A-Town Bail Bonds, 434-401-0253. When a friend or family member is arrested and jailed, call a professional. Call Chip Rourke and A-Town Bail Bonds, 434-401-0253. Get answers. Get help. A-Town Bail Bonds, 434-401-0253.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns here from the QT Pendleton Sports Complex at Rustburg High School. That's the official name of the facilities here at Rustburg, and they are very facilities. And I'll tell you, when it comes to football, Oscar, Rustburg has some serious tradition, as much or more than a lot of teams around, and you can't forget about that state championship in 2000 under the guidance of one Mike Sharness, and many of these assistant coaches that he has as well, like Coach Close and Coach Revis, were also on the staff with him at Rustburg, and now he's at Altavista.
Well, we talked about, the coaching connection. Don't forget the principal connection as well with Clay Stanley, who was a longtime principal in Altavista, who's now a principal here at Rustburg.
Yeah, you and I were goofing off with Mr. Stanley before the game. He seemed to be having a good time. He told me that when he went down to the JV game last night, it brought back some memories for him, too, going back to Altavista. He also said, boy, they've made some improvements since I left. So I know Mr. Stanley was happy to see the old facilities. Junior varsity Colonels got the win in that game, 14-0, by the way, over Rustburg, and they're off to another good start. Let's talk about the big boys, though, the varsity teams here on the Subway pregame show, Oscar. We mentioned already the very good Rustburg defense, 2 shutouts on the year. Their only loss came to Appomattox. They lost 14-7. So to hold a very good Appomattox Raider team to 14 points also said something. But as you and I both pointed out, this Rustburg team, not just all about defense. They have some heavy hitters on the offensive side of the ball as well. Mike Jones leads the area in receiving with 12 catches for 239 yards. He's got 3 TDs as well, and they can run the ball.
Yeah, and feeding that ball is Dante Jones, who's 32 out of 57 for the year for 481 yards. Those 214 in on the ground. That's a potent offense.
That really is. Dante Jones played some running back last year. You might remember, if you remember that game against Altavista, or you saw Rustburg at any other point. So he's a capable running back as well as a quarterback, much like Altavista's dual-threat quarterback, the sophomore Jacob Adams, who really, I think in our estimation, Oscar, appears to be settling in nicely to that quarterback role for the Colonels.
I think you're absolutely right. He's adapted really well. The one thing that has happened for the Colonels this year, that against this Rustburg team, they can't put the ball on the ground or turn the ball over.
Yeah, the turnovers have certainly been a problem for Altavista. Let's just put it like that. In Game 1, it was 3 turnovers. In Game 2, it was 3 turnovers. Last week in Game 3 against Greensville County, they got a little bit better, but it was still 2 turnovers, and they both led to points. And you heard Coach Sharness talk about it. He said, we've got to take care of the football, and at the very least, we've got to win the turnover margin. It's not that we can't have any. We got to get more than we give up. and he feels like Rustburg is pretty good at taking care of that football, Oscar.
Well, they are, and if you watch the progression of the Colonels, again, we talk about their youth. Jonathan Montague, the main workhorse for the Colonels with the running game, 269 yards. If you've watched him progress through game 1, through game 2, and through the Greensville game last week, he's really starting, when he gets in traffic, he's protecting the ball a little bit better, well, much better than he was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, Colonels have made a point of emphasis, no doubt. They always take very care of you at Subway in Altavista. 3 great locations. They're probably tuned in right now on Main Street in Altavista, perhaps also in the Walmart on the Clarion Road. And boy, why wouldn't you tune in there at Foster Fields, Oscar? It's like right in the middle of this rivalry here. It's really great. I know this is a rivalry that a lot of people in Campbell County are really happy that they restarted 2 years ago, like we mentioned. It's always a good football game. It's always a great atmosphere. We're starting to see the crowd build and grow as we speak. Let's take a time out here on the Subway pregame show. We'll bring it back, tell you some more about the great things going on at Subway, like the new turkey or corned beef Reuben, and we'll tell you more about this very highly anticipated football game that we've got on our hands. It's the Subway pregame show. Altavista Colonels and the Rustburg Red Devils set to do battle here. Kickoff in about 12 and a half minutes on 105.5 KD Country.
This broadcast is brought to you by the members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Chef's Drive-In, where the shake machine is shaking and dozens of flavors to choose from.
One Stop Mart, where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
El Cerrito Altavista. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas, it's El Cerrito time.
Altavista Medical and Oncology Massage Therapy. Broad Street can help relieve your pain.
Vista Foods Altavista, your hometown grocery with the freshest produce and best meats.
McDonald's in Altavista, committed to the community and bringing the world's favorite food.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, Main Street Altavista, best deals on wheels.
Colonels football is brought to you by the Sports Club on KD Country.
Apple Auto Glass is your windshield repair and replacement center in Lynchburg. You get a free car wash with all windshields replaced in the shop. Apple Auto Glass wants the fans to enjoy the boys of fall this high school football season.
When I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pad. Kings of the school, man, where the boys of fall.
Apple Auto Glass salutes the boys of fall.
Bank with the local team. Bank of the James on Main Street in Altavista. Stop by our office today to talk with Bobby Walker and his team of local bankers to learn about local banking with Bank of the James. We offer a full line of personal and business banking products and services, including online banking and bill pay, personal and commercial loans and lines of credit, and mortgage loans. Bank with the local team. Bank of the James. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
Red Devils and Colonels set to do battle on 105.5 KD Country. This is the Subway pregame show. The Rustburg band has taken midfield, and they appear to be ready to play the national anthem. While they do, we'll step aside and give them a chance to do their thing. You come back, we'll have football before you know it. All the action between Altavista and Rustburg is live on 105.5 KD Country.
English is
so much more.
English is
More than a hardware store.
English is.
Are you planning a painting project this fall? English's is now your authorized dealer for Valspar paint. Valspar, well known for its quality and color selection. Stop by English's in Altavista. Let their paint department help you make your next painting project a success.
English's is your complete home center.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Hello, this is Jerry Motley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about, to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Start your business on the winning drive with an Altavista revolving loan. It's an opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Huddle up with Altavista Economic Development Director Dennis Jarvis II at Altavista Town Hall. Make your move today. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns for its final segment. Don't forget, 3 fantastic locations: Main Street in Altavista, in the Walmart in Altavista on Clarion Road, and then just up the road on Route 29 inside Foster Fields. Subway, you're always going to be a winner there. Oscar, before I get ready to tell the folks about our starting lineup, the folks that bring you this football game, one final thought from you maybe, other than the turnovers. Anything else you see that could be a key factor tonight?
Yeah, it came down to it last time. This could be a special teams. Whoever plays better on special teams could take this victory away. It certainly was a factor when they played here last time.
Yeah, great point. I mean, the kicking game, whether it's punting, field goals, extra points, kickoffs, I agree with you. It oftentimes will come down to that third phase of the game that people sometimes overlook. We never overlook these sponsors that we have, and we're so grateful to have them. And really, we're just grateful to be in this position to call these games for you and bring this great football action into your household or your car. And as I said, we sure are glad that you have joined us, and these folks make it possible. First National Bank, focused on providing an extraordinary customer experience. English's, your authorized Valspar paint dealer. Zaxby's, daringly flavorful, absolutely craveable, Wards Ferry Road in Lynchburg. The Altavista Moose Family Center, bringing communities closer together and celebrating life. Be a Moose. Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, your authorized trained dealer, online at selectairmechanical.com. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving families since 1905. Highview Motors, from small to tall, Highview has it all. Apple Auto Glass, mobile service with pickup and delivery, celebrating the boys of fall. El Cazador, be sure to try their new menu, Main Street in Altavista. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the winter. Good job. Keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and comfortable in between. I suppose if you want to keep it cool in the winter, you can.
Sleep better when it's cool in the winter.
Right. There you go. Bank of the James. We're making a difference in banking and in our community. Best Bet Motors, a respected name you can trust with quality vehicles. Route 29, just south of the airport. The Village Barber Stop. No way. The Village Barber Shop. Family-style barber shop with current and classic cutting techniques for gentlemen and boys. Got the hard part, right? Watch the easy part, right? It's like airball in the layup.
No comment.
I make the long three-pointer, airball the layup. Pardon me, where were we? We were talking about PCM Industrial Services, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality maintenance and construction services. Beller Chevrolet, short drive will save you money. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. A-Town Bail Bonds. Be good, but if you can't be good, call Chip. Call 338-60-860. And the Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow. And on that note, Oscar, you can help Altavista develop a new tagline. You can submit your ideas for that new tagline that they're working on. That's the, I don't know, how do you describe that tagline, Mr. Briggs? It's kind of a catchphrase, but I don't know if that's the right
No, I mean, it's certainly kind of like Gretna ain't a big thing, but it's growing.
Right.
But, I mean, that's what they're looking for, is something that's catchy. And, hey, come out with a little cash.
Yeah, you can win some money if you develop that new tagline. I think I had one in mind. Maybe I shouldn't reveal it on the air, so I might steal my idea. Let's reveal, again, some more of our thoughts about this football game. The Altavista Colonels taking a short drive up to Rustburg High School. The Red Devils have made their entrance onto the field. Both teams are going to break through a spirit line. Everybody's got Altavista just has the cheerleaders in their spirit line. Rustburg does it like Altavista does, where they have the young kids come out on the field. They invite all the fans out to partake in the spirit line, and then the team breaks through the banner developed by the cheerleaders, and they run on the midfield captains are still at midfield going over the coin toss, Mr. Briggs. Let's also mention while we have a chance, because I don't think we have yet, Rustburg, coached by Jack Baker in his third season. Mr. Baker was, much like Coach Sharness, a very good athlete in his younger days. Jack Baker went to James River High School, and he's in the Athletic Hall of Fame there. I believe he was a state champion in track in a hurdles event.
I believe that to be correct.
So it's interesting. I don't know if you'd find any more athletic head coaches out there. Of course, a lot of football head coaches were good athletes back in the day, and probably still are now. I mean, you want to get together and play a little pickup basketball with Coach Sharness. I'm picking Sharness. You can take whoever you want.
Yeah, he was a pretty good football player as well.
That's exactly right. Played at Virginia Tech. And Rustburg coming onto the field now. You might have heard the loud bang from the cannon that they have. Rustburg marching band still on the field. As mentioned again, this crowd, good size and appears to be growing. Maybe a late arriving crowd. The Altavista Colonels bust through their spirit line. You can probably hear that crowd. We're over here on the Altavista side. They are loud. They are vocal. They have noisemakers, cowbells, those sort of things to go along. So we'll do our best with what we have to work with. The press box here that we're working with is not, it's enclosed, but it doesn't have windows.
No, I like to always set the stage as to where we are, where we're broadcasting from, and we certainly rent a nice press box all to ourselves. Got plenty of room here. We're literally about 3 to 4 feet, the fans base in front of us, and Altavista has traveled well here tonight. Rustburg, obviously, huge stands on the home side, but Altavista's come and traveled well.
They usually do travel well. The Subway pregame show, again, brought to you by Subway in Altavista. Don't forget about 4th and Footlong at Subway going on right now. Go to 4thandfootlong.com. Enter your special code. You get the code when you get a large drink at Subway, Oscar, and that's your chance to win a lot of great prizes, including a chance to appear on College Game Day on ESPN, so that's pretty neat. You don't even have to make one of those signs that people hold up in the background to appear. They'll just let you on there because you're the winner of the contest.
Boy, and if you need something to do, watch College Game Day. Look at the signs. Yep. Some of those guys are just creative. Those college kids, they're hilarious.
Pretty clever. They got nothing to do all day but sit around and think of funny things like that to put on the game day sign. Colonels are going to kick off to start the football game. Rustburg will receive. Red Devils will be working left to right from Oscar and I's perspective here in the press box. Rustburg in the home red jerseys, red pants, no trim on the pants, very little trim on the jerseys, just a white number with Rustburg written above. Everybody for them's got red socks on. Altavista in the home, white on white, white jerseys, white pants to go along with the black helmet with the orange A. Know we've got a lot of folks listening. We'll give shout-outs as we go along. Talked to Destin Brown on Twitter, and he wanted to go to another game, but he wanted to go to this game. And I said, well, you go to the other game, and you listen to this game on TuneIn on your phone. It works out perfect. Walker Allen swings the leg, big booming kick, won't get in the end zone. It'll get fielded on the 1-yard line. Here comes the Red Devil return man up the left hash mark, and he is met with some serious resistance. That looks to be number 6, Shaheem Pinnell, first man on the stop.
Nelson Dews was there, and Traquan Farmer as well. Looked like he had a hole, and when he headed to the hole, those three closed that gap, and he went down.
That was Dante Jones on the return for Rustburg. Rustburg will huddle up 10 yards behind the football. Our angle here from Rustburg is not as high as we're used to at Altavista, so we'll do our best and we'll identify the players as we get a chance. Spread formation to open up for Rustburg from the left hash mark. 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Shotgun snap. Jones is going to keep it off right tackle. Runs into a defensive lineman, tries to run through him, and does gain a few yards. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stephen Farmer in on that, but he wrapped him up quick.
Stephen Farmer was there. Jacob Adams came in late to help out. Good stuff there from the Colonel's defensive line. They do give him a gain of about 3.5. They've moved it over to the right hash mark now. All the Rustburg players not huddling this time, just looking at wristbands. Dante Jones is the quarterback. He has number 44, Seth Baker, to his right as a running back. 3 receivers to his left. Option play right. Jones keeps it, runs up the alleyway along the right hash mark. Thrown down after first down yardage is gained right around the 30-yard line. Good option play execution there by the quarterback, Dante Jones.
Well, Dante Jones, a magician with a ball. He froze a defender and made him make a decision, and Jones turned upfield for that nice gain of about 12.
Doing our best to get the best audio quality that we can for you here, folks. Our sound engineer, Eleanor Haney, working hard on it back at home base. Shotgun snap on first down. They handed Seth Baker. Baker hit hard in the hole by number 28, Andres Diaz-Escura. You heard Coach Jarnes talk about him in the pregame show. He's a smart kid. He's hard-nosed, and he's a football player.
And he's growing with as this team continues to get better and better, get more experience. He certainly is growing with that group.
Give it a gain of 1 there for Seth Baker. Seth Baker is a very good junior linebacker for the Red Devils, carrying the ball on offense there on that first down play. 2nd and 9. Dante Jones wants to throw to his left. It's complete out in the flat to number 4, Mike Jones. Jones cuts it up the far sideline, hit hard around the 48, dropped out of bounds by Nelson Dews. First down yardage again. We'll call that a 14-yard pickup there on the pass from Jones to Jones. Dante to Mike.
Boy, that was a rollout, and Rustburg just flooded that left side with receivers, and there just weren't enough Colonel defenders there to take care of all the receivers.
Yeah, they have a guy in the flat, a guy in the intermediate area, and then a guy deep, and it's hard to cover them all. You're right. 3 receivers to the wide side. That's the right this time. He's swinging out. Pass caught by Isaiah Dixon. Dixon on the wide receiver screen across the 50, now the 45. Thrown out of bounds over there. Vista bench side, close to a first down. They may give him first down yardage when they finally spot this football, but either way, it's a nice pickup on first down.
Well, Nelson Dews isolated over on this side, one-on-one. Rustburg receiver did a nice job of tying him up and preventing him from making a play.
Rustburg offense. The drive started on the 16. They're into Altavista territory. They call it 2nd and 2. This offense operating very efficiently and very quickly. Shotgun snap. They're going to pull some guards. Jones is going to keep it off left side. Now he's breaking out to the left sideline. Cut down with an ankle tackle by Mateo Malbeck. Malbeck, the safety, really filling nicely there. He couldn't prevent Jones from getting the first down, but he prevented him from bringing it big.
Well, that was a great upfield tackle by Mateo Malbeck. If Mateo doesn't make that tackle, that's another 10 or 15 yards on top of that.
Colonel's working hard on defense. Walker Allen, this cornerback over here on the near side for us. Rustburg has the football on the far side, hash mark. Wide side is the right side of the field. Snap from the 38-yard line. Handed off to Baker again. Baker runs into a mass of bodies and just churns forward for a few extra yards. Good hard running there by Seth Baker. There really wasn't an exposed hole. He just sort of created his own and ran into pretty much the entire Altavista defense.
Yeah, that offensive line surged forward and picked up about 4 yards on that, and that was all the surge of that offensive line.
2nd and 6. Still no score here from Rustburg High School. 9:30 left to play here in the Select Air first quarter. Red Devils football, they got the opening kickoff in the home red jerseys. Here comes the shotgun snap. Jones, option play to left. He keeps it again, runs up the alleyway on the hash mark. Hit hard around the 5-pass and dropped by Jacob Adams. Also looked like Nelson Dews over there in the area, and perhaps Traquan Farmer, Oscar.
Brings up brings up 3rd and about 3. They are at the 30, about the 35, at the 30, excuse me.
9:02 left to play here in the Select Air first quarter. Still no score from Rustburg. Shotgun snap. Jones went with the long snap count and a true Altavista offsides. This will be 5 free yards for the Rustburg Red Devils, I think. Here comes the signal from the official. Yes, it is against the visiting Colonels. So that's going to back Altavista up a little closer to the goal line. They're trying to defend in a fresh set of downs for the Rustburg Red Devils. Still no score, 0-0.
And the way the Red Devils marching in the field, the Colonels really wanted that stop. Just jumped the gun on that hard count.
Far hash mark. They'll snap this ball from the 25. Jones pass over the top, completed the 10-yard line and in the end zone. That is number 16, Elijah Manuel. Jones with the soft touch on the far sideline over there. Ball stayed in the air about 15 yards. Emmanuel caught it around the 10 and did the rest, taking it into the end zone. 6-0 lead early for the home team, the Rustburg Red Devils.
Well, isolated coverage on Walker Allen, and Walker's 6'4", and he elevated, but that ball showed a great touch by Jones getting it in there for the touchdown.
Kicking unit will come on for Rustburg. It looks like number 33, Ben Nunley, will do the honors on the kick, and number 12, Warren Lamberth, will hold. Snap is back. Looks good. Hold looks good. Kick is right down Main Street. Rustburg, early 7-0 lead. We've got 8:43 left to play in the first quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
Lori here at Best Bet Motor Sales to hear all about the Best Bet Buy of the Week. Terrell, tell us a little bit about it.
Thanks, Lori. This week's Buy of the Week is a 2000 Toyota 4Runner, four-wheel drive. This vehicle is loaded. All power equipment, keyless entry, alloy wheels, moonroof, towing package. It's a 5-speed manual transmission, It's a V6. It's serviced, state inspected, and ready to roll at only $69.95 with financing available.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Rustburg 7, Altavista 0. Early stages of the Select Air first quarter. It's a 7-0 Red Devil lead on the 25-yard pass and catch. It was Dante Jones to Elijah Manuel. And Rustburg with a really nice drive, Oscar. It started on the 16-yard line, as we mentioned, and can't recall a play they had for a loss of yardage or an incomplete pass. I mean, they just very efficient, marched the ball down the field.
Yeah, 84 yards and 8:43 remaining here in the first quarter.
Kick going to be kicked into the far corner there and fielded by Chancellor Mormon. Mormon trying to break it to the far sideline. Sidestep move, gets across the 20-yard line, cut down around the 21 or 22. Kicker was, again, Ben Nunley for Rustburg. He drove well, but stayed out of the end zone. I was thinking it might end up being a touchback, but Mormon kept it out of there. And Altavista will take over in their own territory. This is actually, we'll call it the 23-yard line from the far hash mark. Colonels work right to left from our perspective, away from the parking lot, back towards the baseball field, if you've ever been here at Rustburg High School. If you haven't, worth checking out a game here. It's a great atmosphere for football, for sure.
And we talked about the late arriving crowd. They're here.
They're coming in droves. They just keep showing up. Man in motion is Mateo Malback. They're going to throw it to him on a little swing pass, complete around the 20-yard line in the backfield. He's across the line of scrimmage. Cut down there as the football comes out. Slow tackle by number 1, Laverne Jenkins for Rustburg. Nice pickup of yardage. We'll call it a 4.5-yard pickup for Mateo Malback on first down. It was thrown to him by Jacob Adams. It may count as a run, though, because I think Adams threw it backwards.
Nicely designed play. Mateo was able to pick up about 4 yards of him.
If you don't know, Jacob Adams is the sophomore quarterback for the Altavista Colonels. Hasn't played every down. He's come out here and there, especially at the end of games when the Colonels were blowing people out once in a while for an injury. But he is the starting quarterback. He looks over the defense, barks for the snap count, catches the waist-high snap, jogs out to his right on the rollout. Now he's chased out of the pocket, and he wants to run. He's across the 30, hit the 35, still on his feet, spin move at the 40, and he's all the way to the 47-yard line. Jacob Adams with a very good running play there on a designed pass, but he improvised nicely to pick up a big chunk of yards.
Well, again, the maturation of Adams continues. That was he had an opportunity there to throw the ball away, to make different decisions, and took the smart one, tucked the ball. Mateo Malback did a great job transitioning from receiver to blocking to allow Adams to get almost to the 50-yard line.
Dante Poindexter is checked into the game now as a blocking back, stationed sort of as a wing over there, almost where tight end would be on the right side. That's the wide side of the field. Colonels are going to snap this from the 48-yard line, still in their own territory. They hand off to Jonathan Montague. Montague turns it up behind a pulling guard. He's across the 50, the 45, thrown down to the turf by a host of Red Devil defenders, right around the 42-yard line. Enough for a first down. We'll call it an 11-yard gain there for Jonathan Montague, another super sophomore for the Altavista Colonels, churning out some nice yards.
And they're moving the ball very efficiently against a very, very good defensive team that's only given up 14 points. I know it's early, 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, but still, this bodes well for the Colonels as that offensive line continues to push Rustburg downfield.
Yeah, it looked like Stephen Farmer was the pulling guard there that did a lot of damage for Altavista. They'll snap this one middle of the field, 42-yard line of Rustburg. Hard snap count from Jacob Adams. Nobody jumped. Adams is going to roll right, throw on first down. Bullet pass complete to Mateo Malback. Malback's got some space running across the field. Now he's to the near sideline. Stiff arms a man to the turf. Malback's still on his feet down there. And Jacob Adams came down and was going to try and throw a block for Mateo Malback. Good grief, so much happening. It's hard to keep it straight. Wow.
Boy, that was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that Mateo Malback caught right about thigh level, made the turn. Jake Adams got downfield and was blocking. Incredible. Chancellor Mormon downfield, incredible job of blocking.
Amazing. Jacob Adams threw the bullet pass, took off on a dead sprint. Nobody even saw him at first, and he got out there, and he was almost the lead blocker, 30 yards downfield from Malback. First and goal for the Colonels. Adams takes the snap. Going to keep it himself. Going to try the left side. And in the left pylon, diving for the end zone. Is he in there? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Jacob Adams. And boy, what a response for the Altavista Colonels. They still trail by 1. Walker Allen will come on and try the extra point. But how about that? Some seriously good moves from Mateo Malback. Then he featured the stiff arm that looked like a boxer just knocking a guy out to the turf. Adams with the hustle play to get down and block for him, and then Jacob Adams duly deserving the touchdown run there from 2 yards out.
2 minutes and 32 seconds. They answer a very good Rustburg defensive team. What a drive.
Wild play, one of the wildest I've seen, the play to set up the touchdown. Then Jacob Adams, like I said, from 2 yards out. Snap gets back. Adams puts it on the block. Allen swings the leg. Kick is good. We are tied up at 7-7. Altavista and Rustburg. We thought it was going to be a doozy. It's shaping up to be a very good one. 6:11 left to play in the Select Air first quarter when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
I'm Jeff Walker of First National Bank and the manager at our Main Street branch in Altavista. Did you know that local bankers have a lot more at stake in taking better care of you? You see, helping local customers like you be more successful is our only focus, and each customer is so important. So for your small business, construction, and personal loan needs, think of me and think of us first. That's local First National Bank. We'll help you bring home more bacon. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
6:11 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. They're online at selectairmechanical.com. That's selectairmechanical.com. Wow, we knew there would be some fireworks on both sides, Oscar. Maybe we didn't know we were going to see them this early, though, huh?
No, and it's not too late. If you're driving home from Lynchburg and out to the mall, you're around the Altavista area, you've been out to eat, been to Perky's or somewhere to grab a bite. Hey, you're only 15 minutes away. You got a lot of time to get here and see what looks early to be a great ball game.
Yeah, and there are plenty of good seats available. Now, don't get us wrong. We love it when people tune in and listen. That's what we're here for. But
you can watch and listen.
That's exactly right. You listen on the TuneIn app on your phone, kdcountry.com. It's great. It's the complete package. Colonels and Red Devils, this game looking to be the complete package for sure. Walker Allen on to try the kickoff now. Back deep looks to be Dante Jones, and is that Dixon? Allen's going to drive this one to the end zone. Nobody's going to have a chance. It doesn't matter. Touchback for Walker Allen. He's a little juiced up. Red Devils will start this drive. Actually, Oscar, with better field position than in the first drive. They'll start this one on the 20.
Yeah, that was about 8 yards deep. He just killed that ball. Little adrenaline.
I think so. I mean, I think obviously it affects everybody. It affects players and coaches. It affects broadcasters. It affects all of us out here.
We had high hopes that this was gonna be a good ball game. On paper, it looked like it was, and certainly the memories from last time we were here looked to be similar.
That's right, eerily similar almost. Spread formation for Rustburg. They'll stack the receivers up on the outside. Running play, they hand it to Baker. Baker tries to sidestep one guy, meets a couple of Colonels in the backfield, and drives his way forward for a nice little gain. They move that stick a lot further than I thought they would. They give them about a 2.5 or 3 yard pickup there. Good hard running from junior Seth Baker.
Well, again, the surge from that offensive line pushing back a very good Colonel's defense.
Yeah, I think that's why it's deceiving. It doesn't look like he has a hole, but the line continues to push downfield. It doesn't really need a hole to gain yards. He's in the backfield again with Dante Jones. Jones going to keep this one himself. Oh, and he is hit hard in the hole by, it looks like, Jonathan Montague. Montague just hit him in the shoulder pad, stood him right up, planted him in the turf, and then did the sportsmanlike thing and helped him up off the ground after the big hit.
Boy, that was as good a hit as we've seen this year. And Jonathan, like you said, textbook, head up, tackled him, just planted him. No gain on that play, Kyle. Brings up third and about 7.
Brother Donnie, an outstanding linebacker for the Division II UVA Wise team. Here comes a passing play on third down. Jones, plenty of time to throw. Not as much time. Thrown down in the backfield by Dante Poindexter and Diaz Escura. Josh McClure also there in the backfield waiting. Jones had time initially, but then that clock ran out.
Well, he did have time initially, and that you got to give credit to the secondary for that. They had great coverage downfield. Boy, again, Escura making the play.
Excellent play. Punting formation for the Red Devils. Malback set it to return for Altavista. He's got his heels on about the 50-yard line for the visiting Colonels. Punter for Rustburg looks like number 12, Warren Lamberth. He's checking to make sure he's got his whole unit out there, and I don't think Rustburg does. They're going to burn a timeout to get the proper personnel. We'll take the timeout with them. Rustburg 7, Altavista 7, and slated to get the football back when you come back on 105.5 KD Country.
The heat is here, and so is Select Air. Their trained technicians will respond to any heating and cooling problem with prompt and courteous service. And you can get 10% off any call when you have a service contract with Select Air. Visit selectairmechanical.com. That's selectairmechanical.com to learn more about the team that can handle any home problem, including plumbing, electrical issues, and of course, heating and cooling. Selectairmechanical.com. And they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
A note as we come back now is Rustburg is ready to punt. Lambert is left-footed, puts a different spin on the ball, so Altavista will have to be aware of that.
It does. It's a little different. Snap is kind of soft. Took a while to get back here, but he did get it off, and he kicked a high, booming punt. Ball back in the call for the fair catch on the 45. Fields on the 42 cleanly, and that's where Altavista will take over. Very good field position, still in Rustburg field territory. So Lambert couldn't flip the field and get Altavista on their own side of it, but he did get it away nicely in a ball that it looked like the Colonels were coming after, trying to block that kick, so give them some credit for just getting it off.
Rustburg's got two punters. Lambert is the first punter, and Mateo did a nice job then. He had three Rustburg defenders bearing down on him. That's not an easy, fair catch. You have those guys bearing down on you at full speed.
Yeah, Lambert hung it up high there, gave his coverage team plenty of time to get down there, just like it's designed. Shotgun formation for the Altavista Colonels on the 42 of Rustburg. 1st and 10, bunch formation to the wide side of the field. This one out to Nelson Deuce. Deuce got a convoy of blockers in front of him. Runs through one of them, across the 40, down to around the 37-yard line on the near sideline here. It was number 7, Dante Jones, chasing him out of bounds and really just riding him into the turf. Good, solid pickup on first down again. We'll call it a 5-yard gain. Sets up 2nd and 5 from the near side hash mark.
Yeah, and again, Mateo Malbach doing a nice job blocking to allow that play to take place.
Yeah, Colonel receivers, I mean, whether it's Mormon, McClure, Allen, Malbach, they really all get out in front, block well, use their hands, and create some nice holes. Shotgun formation again, 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Adams wants to throw the right, hangs up the pass to Walker Allen. Allen catches up high, is hit down low, comes down with the football for a nice first down gain. Long pass there from Adams, really on the cross field throw, but he threw it up there high and used Walker Allen's height to his advantage.
He's still a little bit slow in development. As these guys get a little bit deeper in the season, you'll see Adams release that ball before the break today. Still not quite there with the chemistry and the timing yet. Hey, nice throw, nice catch. Walker got his feet taken out from him, and he's catching the ball great way.
It looked to be a 7 or maybe 10-yard hitch route type of pattern. Adams goes with the long snap count, and he draws the defensive end from Rustburg offside. This will provide the Alta Colonels offense with 5 free yards. It'll make it 1st and 5 with 3:12 remaining in the Select Air first quarter. It's a 7-7 ball game. If you joined us late, Rustburg scored on their first possession. Passing play from Dante Jones to Elijah Manuel. Altavista answered with a long passing play to set up a 2-yard Jacob Adams touchdown run. Wide side is to the left. Mormon's over there in the left slot. They hand it to Nelson Deuce. Deuce makes the first guy miss a little stutter step, runs forward through the middle of the defense for a solid pickup. He's going to be close to the first down stick, Oscar. I think he might be a yard or a yard and a half short.
As Carson Stanley shot the gap on that and had the first shot at Nelson. Nelson did a nice job of sidestepping and continued to drive his legs. It looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain, but continued to drive and stretched out.
Crafty play by Nelson. He knew that Stanley was coming in hot, and he just allowed a little patience to work there and let Stanley go by him. Nelson is just to the left of Jacob Adams. They'll put Maul back in motion. They snap it. Whistles blow, and flags come out as the Colonels do snap that ball. I wonder if somebody was in motion a little bit early for Altavista.
Yeah, I think you're going to get that play that we see 2 or 3 times a game gets called against the Colonels for being in motion, and that's the call. That 5 yards that we got on first down with the hard count, we're going to give it back now.
Right. It'll make it 2nd and 7, we'll call it. 2:27 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. It's a 7-7 ball game. Clock will start rolling again after they spot the ball after the penalty. Colonels are now stationed on the 28-yard line of Rustburg. Far hash mark. Wide side of the field is to the left. That's over toward the Colonels bench, and they're all currently looking over at that bench to get the signal from head coach Mike Sharness, who also calls the offensive plays. 3 receivers over to the wide side. 1 lone wide out to the right is Walker Allen. Here's the chest-high snap. Adams catches, pump fakes once. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to get run down in the backfield on the 36-yard line. Red Devils chased him down. That was number 58, Devon Davis, and also number 2, R.J. Hamlet combining for the sack there. Probably another coverage sack, Oscar. Adams had some time to look downfield initially, and then he got chased out.
Yeah, Coach Sharness was chastising one of the players. Looked like they ran the wrong route, Kyle.
Going to set up a 3rd and long. We'll call it 3rd and 15.
Nice job by Adams on that play, though, protecting the ball, not turning it over, not putting it on the ground, not throwing it away.
Yeah, I think you're right. He tried to make the best of it with his legs, and, sometimes you're going to lose yards. Hard snap count by Adams again. Malback jumped offside over there in the slot. And this will back the Colonels up a little bit more. Adams begrudgingly flips the ball back to the official. He's not particularly pleased about it. He went with a really long snap count that time. It looked like he called Hutt 2 or 3 times. Rustburg never went offside. Good discipline there by the Rustburg defensive line to hold their ground on the long snap count.
I'd like to see the Colonels here. It's 3rd and 20, 22, 23. Yeah. I'd like to see them throw it long. Worst case scenario, if it's intercepted, it's almost like a punt. I mean, throw it down toward the end zone.
Yeah, good point. They're on the 41-yard line. They need to get down to the 20, so it is about 3rd and 21. Adams going to roll out to his right. Fastball, looking in the slot seam for Mateo Malback. Malback not on the same page there. Pass really landed at his feet. He kept running. It's incomplete. It looks like Coach Sharness is going to send out the punt team. And from the 41-yard line, I can't really say that I blame him. If you kick it into the end zone, though, unfortunately, you don't really gain a whole lot of field position and yardage. But it's probably the right move. You're out of Walker Allen field goal range. I mean, it would be about a 60-yarder, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I like the call because the ball was thrown past the line to gain state. So, again, I like the call. Pin them back deep here and let your defense take over and do some work.
Walker Allen on to punt. Return man for Rustburg is Mike Jones. He stands around the 5-yard. Allen gets a nice kickoff, end over end. It's going to land around the 10. Bounces. Oh, Jones almost touched it, but it rolls into the end zone. It will be a touchback. That almost actually worked out for the Colonels as Jones was thinking about handling that ball well inside the 5-yard line, but he wisely let it go.
The problem with that punt is Walker hit it so poorly, which first time we've really said that this year. It had that top spin. It went end over end, and when it hit, it took off.
Yeah, it took off. It took what would normally be a Colonel bounce, but in this case, you don't want it to bounce into the end zone. But either way, the Colonels' defense has got a full 80 yards to protect the goal line. Rustburg will start this one on their own 20-yard line. Far hash mark. Red Devils working left to right. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Option play on first down, but the Red Devils moved early and flags come out. This will be a 5-yard penalty on the home team. 7-7 is our score. 1 rushing touchdown for the Altavista Colonels from the feet of quarterback Jacob Adams. 1 passing touchdown for Rustburg. It was Dante Jones to Elijah Manuel. It was on both teams' first possessions. Now each team have traded punts here at the first quarter. 51.1 seconds remain in this Select Air first quarter. Jones is going to get his offense set. 2 receivers to each side. Running back is to his left. Looks over the defense. He's going to run left. Option play there. Pitches it this time over the far sideline. They've got some room to run down there. First down yardage all the way to the 32-yard line for the running back. I think it was Mike Jones that carried that football. Yes, Mike Jones, a very good receiver for Rustburg, spending some time in the backfield that time on the option play. 12-yard pickup on first down. Ran off about 8 seconds off of our first down clock. Now it starts rolling again. Jones stayed in bounds on the tackle. Trips receivers to the right for Dante Jones. Looks over the defense again. Colonel's not showing blitz. Jones is going to keep it up the middle. Jones hit the shoulder pad by Montague, but not brought down. Now he's finally driven into the grass by Diaz Escura. And also it looked like Aaron Close helping out to stop there.
Good call. It was close in on the stop. 17 seconds, Kyle, left. Rustburg will probably try to get one more play off.
Yeah, I would think. 7-7 is a tie ball game. Clock now down to 9 seconds. Rustburg's got time. They do snap it. Chest-high snap collected by Jones. He lobs it out here to Dixon. Dixon makes the first guy miss. Makes the second guy miss. Diaz Escura will hit him around the neck and shoulder pad area and bring him down finally. First down yardage gain. There's actually 1 second left on the clock. He's in bounds, though, so I think this quarter will run out.
They're going to set the chains, right?
They're going to set the chain, spot the ball, and that will probably do it in the first quarter here. I mean, I suppose somebody could call a timeout. Don't see why. There's the clock. It'll run out the first quarter, and what a good first quarter it was. Rustburg 7, Altavista 7. Select Air second quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
It's a good show, man. Man, that was awesome.
Loud crowd. House salad time.
I'll bring it on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to have to do the encore tonight, buddy.
No, they want to see your face.
They're chanting your name.
Not it, man. They're saying Brett.
Well, I'm taking this with me.
No. I'll hold it for you.
Seriously, don't touch my salad.
Time for my encore now, son.
The house salad. Grilled chicken atop mixed greens, cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, cheddar and jack cheeses, and fried onions. Served with Texas toast. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Zaxby's, Wards Ferry Road, Lynchburg.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Rustburg and Altavista tie ball game here from QT Pendleton Sports Complex in Rustburg. And Oscar told some folks you still got time to show up to the ball game, and they did just that. Mike Kinlaw heard us on the radio. He said, I want to do something on this Friday night.
Brought Les and Cindy Pugh with him and Jonna, so nice to see them in the stadium night. And we talked it later out in crowd. Buddy, the Altavista side is almost probably 80% full, 85%. They're lining up around the fence like we see a lot of places that we go.
85% is a good estimate. And if you're tuning in to us online, kdcountry.com or at 105.5, we're glad you are. And I bet you're glad you are too, because got a real doozy of a football game on our hands so far anyway. 12 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Here's the first snap. Jones is going to throw it on the screenplay again. Oh, his knee was on the turf. That was number 4, Mike Jones. Jones had to dive down to get the low throw. Knee was on the ground. In the NFL, he could take off and run, but in high school and college, you're down right there with a knee hit. So it's a loss of 2. Call it 2nd and 12 now.
Yeah, and that's an experienced play as well. When you're down on your knee, you just got to knock it down.
Yeah. You either got to don't go to your knee, try and catch it on your feet, or not catch it at all. 2 receivers to each side. Hard snap count for Dante Jones from the Rustburg Red Devils, and it looks like the Colonels jumped, although it did see some movement from Rustburg. We'll see what the officials say. They call it on the Altavista Colonels, say they came across first. 5 free yards for the Red Devils. Maybe we should stop calling them free yards. I mean, they're earned. They have to, they work on that in practice too, just like they work on the regular snap count.
That was Josh McClure who jumped.
Red Devils are going to go here on 2nd and 6. Lob pass over the middle, complete to Mike Jones. Jones has got some space. Maul back to over his ankles, but couldn't get him. Traquan Farmer will hit him up around the left shoulder pad and finally get him down to the ground. Big pickup there on 2nd down for Rustburg. We'll call it a 27-yard pass and catch from Dante Jones to Mike Jones.
Boy, Emmanuel cleared out an area on that play. They call that, a lot of times they'll call that as a pick, but if you can get away with it, it's a well-designed play, and it worked well for Rustburg on that play.
11:21 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. 7-7 is our score. Rustburg threatening, though. Jones is going to take it off right tackle. He is stuffed hard at the line of scrimmage and thrown backwards. Couple Colonels there. Look like Traquan Farmer. Look like Chancellor Mormon. Who am I missing, Oscar?
Dante Poindexter was at the initial point of contact, and when you run into Dante, it gives time for other players to help. Not that he needs help.
That's right. Poindexter is the one-man wrecking crew, the human wrecking ball for the Altavista Colonels. Makes a lot of plays. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Rustburg here on 2nd and 9. Jones going to keep it again right up the middle. Got a nice seam. He's headed to the end zone, hit at the thigh pad, close to the goal line. Did he get in there or not? No signals just yet. He's going to be about a full yard or 2 short. Good job there by Nelson Dews, I believe it was, that hit him at the thigh pad to keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah, great job by Nelly. Great job by that Rustburg offensive line. They opened up a huge hole for Jones on that play.
He had a lot of room to run in. A lot of green to work with. 1st and goal. Jones is going to keep it right tackle. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, but the flag came out. I think it's going to go against Rustburg here. Red Devils got started a little bit too early. They call it an illegal shift. Either way, it's a penalty on Rustburg, and we'll back them up 5 in. Fortunately for the Colonels, it'll take the touchdown off the board. We're still tied at 7-7. 10:20 left to play in the half.
Had a player in motion, and that wing back got a little bit of an early start. That put illegal, like you said, illegal shift, and can't have 2 men in motion at the same time. And huge right there for the Colonels if they can turn Rustburg back right here.
Yeah, it would be. 1st and goal from the 6 for the Rustburg Red Devils. Middle of the field. Knocking on the door of pay dirt here. Running back is stationed to Dante Jones's right. That is Isaiah Garland. Officials are talking some things over. I don't think they really agree with where one of the refs spotted the football. Now they're okay with it. They'll the officials will unpile essentially and let the guys play football. Head man getting ready to blow the whistle.
Get everybody back in their position, reset the play clock. Right thing to do. Good job officiating.
Yep. Colonel's linebackers are crowding that line of scrimmage. Show the quarterbacks. Option play to the right. They pitch it to Garland. Garland catches, diving to the end zone. Touchdown, Rustburg. Isaiah Garland on the option play from 6 yards out. Dante Jones read the defense nicely, delivered a nice soft option pass to Garland. And the Red Devils have taken the lead again, 13-7, extra point pending. Score came at 10:14 left to play here in the Select Air second quarter. It's Nunnally on again to try the extra point. Snap back, hold down, swings the leg, this time a little higher, but still good. And Rustburg now with a 14-7 advantage over the Altavista Colonels. 10:14 left to play in the second quarter. Colonels football when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
The Village Barbershop, an old-school 1960s-style barbershop offering classic and current cutting techniques for gentlemen and boys. No appointment necessary. Responsible pricing in a clean family environment. Village Barbershop, open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays till noon. Stop by and see Danny Barber at Village Barbershop, serving Altavista and surrounding areas from 619 Broad Street. Give them a try.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
The Red Devils offense working pretty well again after a punt. They marched down the length of the field, well, the Altavista Colonel side of the field anyway. They score a touchdown, 6-yard rushing touchdown from Isaiah Garland. They lead 14-7, Mr. Briggs, and you and I have both been talking about it. A lot of similarities between this game and the one 2 years ago that was played here at Rustburg.
Yeah, we as we went to break, we were talking about it. It's very similar. Rustburg jumped out 7-0. Altavista came back, tied it 14-7.
Right.
At about this point in the ball game, so a lot of similarities.
Not trying to live in the past, just bringing up memories, right? Chancellor Mormon will field the line drive kick on the 10-yard line. He goes to the middle of the field, looking for some space. He's got a little bit, thrown down around the 31-yard line. Good return from Chancellor Mormon. He is tackled by number 5, Nate Anderson for the Rustburg Red Devils, but Mormon gives Altavista fine starting field position on this drive. Remember, the Colonels have scored on their opening drive, punts thereafter. It's 10:07 left to play here in the Select Air second quarter. I thought I misspoke. Rustburg did start that drive from their own 20, Oscar. So they essentially marched the length of the field, 80 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, you got a little confusing at the quarter switch.
The quarter switch. I should have trusted my first instinct.
That's right.
I often tell myself that. Shotgun formation for the Altavista Colonels. 2 receivers to each side. Running back is to Adams' left. Now he'll put a man in motion, and unfortunately, another man went in motion. It's going to be another illegal procedure penalty for the Colonels. I'll tell you, Oscar, in years past, sometimes those personal foul and those things after the play were the hang-up for the Colonels as far as the penalties. This year, it's a lot more of that illegal procedure stuff, not just on the offensive line, some of it on the D-line, too.
Well, and that's youth, of course. So the offensive line's pretty experienced, but a new quarterback, new cadence.
I think that's a big part of it. Just a different cadence, different rhythm, calls the snap count differently. Adams wants to throw on first down. Low throw is incomplete. It skips out of bounds over into the Rustburg bench. It'll bring up 2nd and 15 for the Altavista Colonels. 10:03 left to play in the half.
Yeah, confusion on that play as well. There was lack of execution because as Mateo Malbeck went in motion, he flew right into Walker Allen's airspace. And, the ball was, Jake may have thrown that ball away a little bit.
It's a 14-7 Altavista, it's a 14-7 Rustburg Red Devil lead. Colonels have trailed this season. Of course, they lost the opening game to Central Lunenburg, a back-and-forth battle for sure, and they trailed last week 12-0 at one point. Whistles come out, timeout on the field. Altavista wants to talk things over. We'll let them have the chance to do that, and we'll talk some as well. 10:03 left to play in the second quarter. Rustburg 14, Altavista 7 on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Alta Vista.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
We return from Rustburg High School. Home team Red Devils leading Altavista 14-7. Oscar, we both agree, probably a good time out there by Coach Sharness and his staff to sort of reorganize everybody, perhaps re-energize some people as well. Colonels didn't really look to be on the same page there.
Yeah, I totally agree that that was a great time out. They were not on the same page, and gathered them all, cheered them up a little bit, chastised them a little bit.
Colonels are going to work hard here on 2nd and 15. Snap in the middle of the field. Design quarterback sweep. Adams is trying to make to the sideline. He does get there. Hit low around the 35-yard line. It's a nice pickup. We'll call it a 10-yard gain. On 2nd down, it gets the Colonels into a manageable 3rd and 5 situation there. Altavista just tried to outnumber Rustburg over here on that right side.
Boy, Dante Poindexter got out and made a heck of a block.
Poindexter can move. I mean, I don't call him the one-man wrecking ball for no reason. He's not just big and strong. He moves around well, too. Call it 3rd and 6. Adams going to look over the defense. Hard snap count. Rustburg almost jumped but didn't. Passing play here on 3rd down. Adams looks left. Line drive pass over there. Caught by Walker Allen near the first down marker. Now they're saying no catch, saying that football hit the turf. Allen tried to get his arms under it and cradle it there for the first down catch, and instead he'll have to walk back deep into the backfield and punt this ball away on 4th and 6.
Yeah, and that wouldn't have been a first down either. He was probably 3 yards short of the yard to gain marker anyway, so that's a little bit of an experience as well. When you run that, you got 3rd and 7, you got to get past that first down marker.
Allen on to punt, as I mentioned. Right-footed kicker is Walker Allen. He uses that right leg very effectively. Jacob Adams is the up back, about 5 yards in front of Walker in the backfield. To be set. Return man, I believe, is Mike Jones back deep for the Rustburg Red Devils. Here's a snap, little high. Walker catches with relatively no problem. Spiral kick, going to go over to the right side. Mike Jones called for the fair catch, then he backed away from it. It's going to take a nice Colonel roll inside the 20, down to the 19, where it is downed by Nelson Dews. So that was good on a lot of accords there for Altavista. And probably a smart play by Mike Jones. He did call for the fair catch, but as you said, that's not always easy with people bearing down on you. He just bailed out of there, and it ended up hurting Red Devils in yardage, but better safe than sorry on his end.
But Walker did turn that ball over. Unlike the first punt, flew about 35 yards in the air. Jones could have saved 15 yards for Rustburg then, but I think you're right. Discretion, the better part of another there. The Colonels were all over him, flying by him, and bearing down right on top of him. Nice decision by Jones.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any doubt at all, that's probably the move. 3 wide receivers to the wide side for the Red Devils. Dante Jones going to play the quarterback spot. He wants to throw right-handed floating pass. Chancellor Mormon there to try and steal it away, but he couldn't. Just incomplete on the far sideline. Good hustle play there by Mormon to not only break it up, but almost have a chance to take it away.
Couldn't see who the intended receiver was. It was, I'll take that back. It was number 3, Isaiah Dixon. He went up and one-handed and kind of tipped it, and Mormon was closing quickly and made a nice effort to try to pick up that interception.
Yeah,
but he just didn't. He ran out of real estate.
He almost just essentially kept it alive for Chancellor Mormon. We've got 9:31 left to play in the half. It's a 14-7 Red Devil lead. 2nd down from the 19-yard line. Jones fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He's headed up the right seam. Dances over a man along the right numbers. Tried the hurdle move again. This time he's thrown down around the far sideline. Good moves there from Dante Jones. He didn't pick up a lot of yardage. He had to cover a lot of ground to get over there to that far sideline. He made some guys miss.
Picked up about 7, Kyle, and boy, Stephen Farmer went down to get him, and he just hurdled him. Looked like somebody else we used to know for the Colonels.
Mm-hmm. He picked up more yards than I gave him credit for. Now they're moving the stick back a little bit. What? I'm confused, which is not a new phenomenon, but I like to be on the same page with the officials and the chain gang and everything. I'll tell you what we do know. There's 9:21 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. Select Air, your authorized train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Oscar saying what? Because they're marching off some extra yardage here for Rustburg. Apparently, a flag must have come out against the Altavista Colonels. They do call personal foul penalty there is the signal. Coach Sean Harness goes over to get an explanation. Well, it'll be a first down. Ball's resting on the 40-yard line of Rustburg now.
Needed an explanation because we saw a mistake from the officials.
Never saw a flag coming out. He had 3 receivers to the wide side. Rustburg, far hash mark, 40-yard line. Another short screen pass to Mike Jones. Jones catches around the 39, charging ahead where he's hit about at the 42-yard line and then stopped at 43.
This wide receiver, little quick hit that they throw. Isaiah Dixon had a handful of jersey on Dante Poindexter that time and was holding Dante back from getting to the receiver.
2nd and 7 from the 42-yard line. Shotgun formation. 3 down liner for the Colonel. Somebody might have moved early for Rustburg. No flag. They hand it to Seth Baker. Baker threatening to break it loose, but Traquan Farmer had a hold of his ankle, and finally that was enough to drag him down around the 50-yard line. They may even spot it on the 48-yard line of Altavista. First down yardage gained for the Red Devils. 8:41 in what will be a rolling clock when they set the football.
Colonel's look a little bit out of sorts right here, Kyle. A little out of sync.
Red Devils up 7. 3 wide to the long snap down again by Dante Jones. Now he's going to reset everything and look over at the sideline. The Red Devils sideline is to the right side. That's the far side. Rustburg working right to left from all perspective. Passing play here on first down. Jones looking deep around near sideline. Nelson Deuce is there to break it away. Nice play by Nelly. Got the right hand on it. He thinks he should have picked it, but I give Nelson kudos for being in the right spot, knocking it away.
He did a great job adjusting to the ball, came back, tipped it with his right hand, almost reeled it in single-handedly with his left. That would have been a great interception. Nobody harder on himself than Nelson. Great defensive play there.
Nelson Deuce playing the cornerback spot over here on the near side. He did a nice job to elevate. Colonel's rush was providing some pressure on Dante Jones. 8:16 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. It's a 14-7 Red Devil lead. Rustburg gets the offensive unit set. Colonels, 3 linebackers, nobody's showing blitz. Now they creep up towards the line of scrimmage a little bit and provide a 5-man front. Oh, a nice little screen play here to Seth Baker. Seth Baker catches at the 45. He's across the 30, the 20 to the 10, hit by Jacob Adams around the 5-yard line in a touchdown-saving tackle. Wow.